One of the most fun parts of succulent care, in our opinion, is repotting. It serves a functional purpose while letting you show off your creativity. But how do we know when is the right time to do so? In this video, we're going to go over repotting the lazy way, when to repot, the tools you'll need, how to repot step by step, post-care, and extra tips so that your plants can thrive in their new cozy homes. When should I repot my succulent? You might have just received a new succulent as a gift, or maybe from us, and want to take it out of the original pot to put it in a stylish new planter. Repotting a succulent for aesthetic purposes is totally valid and a fun way to personalize the plants in your home. That being said, here are some signs that repotting your succulent may be necessary. The plant has become root-bound and its roots are circling around the pot. The plant has grown too big, might be toppling over, and is pushing out of its space and needs room to continue to grow. It's been several years and the plant could use fresh soil. Or health problems necessitate inspecting and maybe removing damaged parts. You should wait to repot your succulent if the plant has been repotted recently, the plant has just been watered, the plant is flowering or fruiting, or the plant is in its dormant state, which you can find out with a quick search. The key here is that you don't really want to be doing too many things at once to a plant that will stress it out. One change at a time, and your plant will do fine. You will need a few basic things to repot your succulent. A pot with drainage holes, well-draining soil, gloves if the plant is particularly pokey, and your plant, of course. As a note, the lazy method of finding the right pot is to just make sure that there is drainage. For the soil, you'll want a succulent or cactus mix that you could find at any local gardening store with a healthy amount of perlite or pumice added to it. This will make sure that your soil isn't retaining too much moisture. The soil should also be somewhat dry when you move to repot. Once you've grabbed what you need, it's time to start repotting. Follow these steps to transplant your succulent into its new home. Step 1. Grab your pot with drainage holes and fill it up about halfway with your well-draining soil, pressing firmly down as the soil will compress when watered. Step 2. Take your succulent out of its previous container and start to massage the roots to break them up as best you can. A little breakage might happen, but don't worry, succulents are resilient and should recover. It's important to loosen up the roots so that they can ground themselves well in the new soil. Step 3. Center your plant in the new pot. You'll want the plant deep enough in the soil for stability, but not so deep that the leaves would get wet when watering, so add or remove soil if you need to. Step 4. Add soil evenly around the succulent and firmly tuck it in with your hands. This will help to make sure that your succulent is nice and snug. Leave a little bit of space on the top for water and top dressings, and you're done. Now you're done, but why stop there? Add a finishing touch with top dressings to complete the look, further express your creativity, and really tie your arrangement together. Top dressings like pebbles or sand are great for aesthetics, but also serve a functional purpose by preventing weeds, helping regulate temperature, retaining moisture, and stabilizing the plant. You can find a ton of fun top dressing options in our online store. Our tried and true lazy method, by the way, is plopping that little nursery pot right into a new pot. This works great when you may have a pot that you love, but it doesn't have drainage and you're probably not going to take the time and risk to drill a hole into the bottom. This also works for plants in dormancy that you might not want to repot right away. Throw a few rocks in the bottom if you need to get it level with a new pot's lip and you're done. Then just take it out when you need to water. Now that you've repotted your succulent, go ahead and place it in a spot that has bright light and is in sight. If it's in a nice pot in sight, you're going to see it more and treat it better. Give it at least a couple days to rest before watering, then let it be. Most likely you won't have to worry about repotting again for at least a few years, which is great for us lazy gardeners. If you need advice on other kinds of care like proper lighting or watering, you can check out our other guides, which we will link. Congratulations on successfully repotting your succulent. By following the steps outlined in this guide, you've provided your plant with the space it needs for continued growth and vitality. Repotting gets easier each time you do it, so don't stress out and keep practicing. Let us know in the comments if you have any questions, and be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more succulent care tips.